Good morning, everyone. Today we're gonna be discussing about instructional accommodation. Together with my group, we're gonna discuss everything about instructional accommodations. But before anything else, let me introduce our group mates. Next slide, please. So, yeah, first is yours truly, Alex Alborexan, and next is Miss Ayuban Karel Kate, and another one is Binting Mitch Angelo, and another is Miss Fave Almin May, and last but not the least, Miss Celion Queenie. Next slide, please. So, our first, we're gonna first discuss about special interest program or SIP. So, what is special interest program? A school program focused on developing students' specific talents and skills. So, for example, sports, arts, journalism, STEM, music, tech, and more. These are programs that are focused on developing of the skills of the students. Most of these are on it is present no, both in elementary school and in high school, where students are um, encouraged to join a lot of programs to develop their skills on the specific program, just like for example sports, or some of the students are good at arts. Um, the school will acknowledge their talents, and also the school will identify those students who excel on sports, arts, journalism, and they aside from a school based or inside the school um, contest, some of the students are are chosen to represent the school um, in contest, or in what do we call this, on programs outside of the school. So those are parts of SIP, no? So it is where the skills of the students are developed. So that's all for my part. You may now proceed, Miss Ayuban.
So for this part, the purpose of SIP or Special Interest Program, it is for to nurture students' strengths. So SIP helps students kanang ma-discover ang ilahang talents and like pa-develop pa og what they are naturally good at. So for example ani is kanang if you are a creative student and you are assigned to help with kanang mga layout and design task, so ang imuhang kuan ana imong skills with arts is bali ma-enhance pa siya. And then next is to increase engagement and motivation in school. So it is where in this nakabullet form, real life experiences make learning more meaningful and exciting. So, for example, is kanang sa immersion, for example. So, after nato makahimo og kanang mga hands-on task during sa atong immersion way back in senior high school. And then, so, kita nga mga students maka-feel ta og more inspired to attend those like classes because we see how lessons are used in real situations. And next is to support holistic development. So SIP develops not only academic skills but also our confidence, communication, teamwork, and responsibility. So, for example is, kita nga students, there is maka-learn ta og how to work with others and then manage our time and interact respectfully with adults, like adults rather, in a workplace or sa atoang community. And lastly, to help learners explore possible future careers. So SIP exposes students to different fields, which help the students na ma-discover which careers fit their interests and abilities. So, for example, kung ang student is na-assign siya sa like kanang during the immersion na-assign siya sa hospital or clinic nga mga area, so when she or he might realizes na they want to pursue nursing or medicine in the future because bali nag-spark ang ilahang interest. So I think that is all for this slide. Miss Benting, you may now proceed.
So, quality differentiated instruction or QDI. So, what is QDI? Quality differentiated instruction is a teaching approach where teachers adjust or modify their lessons to match the varying needs, readiness levels, interests, and learning styles of their students. So the slide highlights two key ideas. So the first is a teaching approach that adjust lessons to match students' varied needs. So this means that the teacher does not use one-size-fits-all instruction. Instead, they modify activities, teaching strategies, assessments, and materials. So each learner can understand better based on their unique abilities and preferences. So the second one is makes learning more personalized and inclusive. So QDI helps ensure that all students, whether fast learners, struggling learners, or those with different learning styles, receive the support they need. So it creates a classroom where everyone feels included and lessons are relevant to each student. And also students learn at their own pace. And lastly, individualized strengths are maximized. So in simple words, rather, QDI teaching in different ways to make sure everyone learns. And the next slide will discussed by Miss Faye.
So, hello everyone. So, how do teachers use QDI or quality differentiated instruction? So, first is flexible grouping, like pair, group, individual work. So, for example, the teacher will group the students into pairs, like, or into mo na si teacher nga nabasin na ay student nga dili ganahan makigroup, pwede na siya mag-individual. And that's how flexible grouping works. So, for the second bullet is the tiered activities, like from easy, moderate, to advanced tasks. So, teachers gives tiered activities, and these activities come in easy, moderate, and advanced levels so that every learner can work at a level where they can succeed. And for the third bullet is different learning materials, which is the visual, written, and hands-on. So this is where teachers provide different learning materials. These can be visual aids, written text, or hands-on activities to match different learning styles. And lastly, for students to use learning to show learning. So by projects, quizzes, and presentations like what I am doing right now. And teachers offer multiple ways for students to show their learning. And so to sum it all up, QDI helps teachers adjust their methods so all students can learn in the way that works for them, which is best for them. And that's all. And for the next slide, Miss Celion.
So for this topic, the home school distance learning or HSDL. What is HSDL? HSDL is a learning step up where students study at home using online or modular materials. Like for some in junior high, some of the students are using modular materials because they cannot go to school, they have some reasons, and yes, and for the second bullet, combines parent guidance and teacher support. So if a student is homeschooled, the parent will guide them and also the teacher for them to learn what is in the module or in the online. That's all I think. The next slide will be presented by Mr. Roxanne.
Okay, so some key features for this for this topic is first bullet is flexible schedule. So since this is home based, so uh, the schedule is very flexible to those who weren't able to go to school every day. So yeah, the schedule is adjusted on based on their free time. And yeah, next bullet is online platforms for lessons and submissions. So we are this home-based education is using online platforms, no, to for their lessons and for their submissions, so to make it more easier for those home-based students to submit or to join or to listen to the lessons. So next bullet is independent learning tasks. So the teacher will assign independent learning task for the students for them to develop and their intellect despite their classes, no. So and lastly is the communication through chats, calls, or virtual meetings. So there are a lot of means for the students and the teachers to communicate, no, at this platform. So they can chat, use the messenger, they can call, voice call, or video call, or sometimes virtual meetings for them to communicate with each other to make the instruction easy, to discuss the lessons easier. So entirely this home-based education is um, yeah, this home-based education is very flexible, and it is very good for those students who weren't able to go to school every day for some reasons, no. So for the last slide, Miss Ayuban.
So
in this slide, it is where the advantages reside. So, for the first bullet, it builds self-discipline and digital skills. So, for instance, kita na students, it help us like learn to manage our own time and responsibilities while becoming more confident in using technology for learning. And for the next bullet, safe and flexible learning environment. So here, like it helps us learners to where we can study in a place where makaka-feel ta na comfortable and safe. So with the schedules that can be adjusted to our needs. And for the last bullet, useful for students with health, location, or schedule concerns. So in this setup, like it provides supports for us students who cannot always attend school physically due to like illness, distance, or conflicting responsibilities. So I think that's all for the advantages. And that's the end for our group report. Thank you for your attention, everyone.